Hello, everyone, and welcome to Whole Latte Love live streams. My name's Zach,
I'm John.
and today we have a nice one. I like this topic a lot because it's just the entryway into espresso. I remember my entryway into espresso on machines similar to this, in fact, and it's surprising how much work you can do to then build up to such a great shot that's even comparable to a coffee shop.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, the way that you don't need to break the bank to be able to get a cafe quality beverage at home is such a big deal to me. And that's actually what we help customers like you with a lot around here as well. So this is always something that's kind of near and dear to my heart because you don't need to break the bank.
That's right. And this time of year, we also have CoffeeCasts available. Our sales team is around. If you're just tuning in, it is Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
I always trip up on those words. I don't know why. But it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so we have plenty of deals on all of the machines that we have behind us. In fact, John, what do we have behind us?
What we have behind us, check it out. Right over here, we're going to start off today with the Baratza Encore ESP Pro. This is the third generation of the Encore series. There's, of course, the Encore, then the Encore ESP, and I'll show you some features about this one called the Encore ESP Pro. Right over here, moving into actual espresso machines, this is the Gaggia Espresso Evolution, one of the lowest barriers of entry to get into espresso. I bought this for someone recently, actually. What is this, Zach?
Oh, that is one of my favorite grinders out there, not only for the versatility of having all of the burr options that you can actually see right behind you, but also just like an amazing single dose, like non-wasteful sort of grinder, which I think in the beginning, you're gonna be wasting a lot of coffee. So having a grinder that's gonna help with, both being stable within like its grind adjustments. So you have like a stepless grind and it's gonna be locking there too. And it's gonna give you a consistent grind at that number. But like being able to upgrade from there, all in a frame that is aluminum, space grade aluminum. So this thing, I mean, I could probably run it over with my truck.
Yeah, we've talked about doing that test. But no, look.
Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, one of these days. Next, we have the Solus Barista Perfetta Plus. Awesome entry point as far as price goes as well. This is going to be an upgrade from the Gaggia Espresso Evolution. You'll be looking at things like temperature control and some more volumetric options on here too. Commercial steam wand, commercial 54 millimeter portafilter. And then what do you have right behind you, Zach?
And this is going to be the newer Stone Light machine. I love the design of this one. We've done a couple photo shoots with this. And I'm honestly surprised every single time that I use it how great this steam wand is. Having such a compact design and honestly like beautiful design that's very different, fits in with like a lot of like mid-century modern sort of vibes.
Yeah.
It's very different from these other entry-level machines for sure. A little bit pricier as well, but this is something that you can really add on to, upgrade, and also customize. So that's a fun part.
Absolutely. And I mean, that is a heat exchanger machine. And, we'll get into what all these things mean as we go forward as well. One more thing to go through. We've got another grinder to show you. It's the Eureka Mignon Silenzio 55 right here. We've got the beautiful black chrome variant with a Vitamin olive wood hopper lid too. So a little customization there as well. That is an upgrade to the Eureka Mignon Silenzio, bigger burrs, and we're going to show you how everything works as well. We also have some cool accessories to show you. Before we really get going, just want to mention everything here has got a parts and labor warranty through Whole Latte Love. And if you're looking for deals, don't forget we have a lot of free gifts with purchase right now available. You can use the bundler tool, and when you bundle items together, you can save a bunch that way as well. What else? We have the CoffeeCasts available too, right? What is that, Zach?
Yeah, so CoffeeCast. So if you're kind of unsure on which one is right for you, and maybe you didn't come up with the questions in time to really enter that down below, which we're taking a look at this whole entire time. If you have any questions, you can then bring it to CoffeeCast. Maybe this created some questions for you. Maybe we're gonna go through all these machines and you're like, now I have a question, but it's over. How do I ask a question? Well, book a CoffeeCast with any of our coffee experts here, and they can actually just take whatever machine that you're looking at, put that on a bar for you, and then go through a one-on-one kind of espresso class behind the machine, tell you what it's about and if it's for you, and they can then give you some recommendations of what you might like.
Absolutely, and those are a blast too, so I just recommend checking that out on the website. It's called CoffeeCast. So we've got a whole ton of other fantastic things to go through today. You want to just dive in, get going?
Let's go for it. So right. I think we're going to start right behind you, John, and we're going to start at the Baratza. So a lot of people know the Baratza name as this coffee grinder, specifically the Encore, that a lot of people start their coffee journey with the Baratza.
I did.
John did. I think even I did. Like many, many years ago. It was between that and the Rancilio Rocky. Many years ago. That was one of my first espresso grinders.
One of the legacy machines.
Since that one is actually no longer out there in the world, you know, the Pro is a great substitution for some of those early on coffee grinders that's also multi-purpose. And it kind of gives you this heads-up display now, right?
Yeah, okay, this is one of the coolest things that they did to update it. First of all, this is either a hopper-fed grinder or a single-dose grinder. We're going to use it in the single-dose capacity today, but does come with a nice grounds bin if you want to, you know, make a big pot of coffee or something like that. We're going to stick with the dosing cup, however. But check this out. This is how you change your grind setting. You just rotate the collar. If you've had any kind of a Baratza Encore product, you already know this. But you'll get a readout right here. And Andrew, I don't know. Oh yeah, you can see it beautiful. You're going to get a readout of what your grind setting is. And it is stepless. It's going to read it out in half-step increments. But you actually can just move it just a little bit and get in between those steps if you want. So you can actually be very precise with this grinder.
Yeah, since it is kind of measuring the distance of the burrs. So that is kind of what that number is attributing to. So these are 40 millimeter burrs. They're new M2 burrs too. So you'll find that on, I believe, like the Encore ESP. So more of your espresso type grinder now. So the regular Encore, you know, it's a little difficult for espresso. I think the fact of going into this new stepless design and also being able to see where you're at will really help you on that journey. And that's what all of these machines are about, is just to kind of give you the best experience and just really be able to like be successful as fast as possible, because you will fail for a while. It is how it happens. We've all gone through that, and it's kind of our job to really teach you the best ways and methods so you can find success fast.
That's right. So speaking of which, be sure to give us a call, chat in if you have questions about these kind of things. We can help you along the journey. We also want to show you the Gaggia Espresso Evolution right here. And once we go through this, we're also going to pull a shot and just kind of show you what it's all about. But let me make sure we're turned on here.
So the lights are pretty dim on these Gaggia Evolutions, but as you can see from the body style, this is a very compact machine. Again, just like the Perfetta, these are warming up super fast. We're keeping our portafilter on that machine so that can warm up as well. So these do come with a couple different kinds of basket styles as well. So you can find success from that. And you can actually upgrade your baskets as well. Much like you'll find on the Solus machines, you can, you know, try out a couple different things over on your Evolution. I would say that it's just barely below the ability of the Perfetta, but what you get out of this machine is so consistent. It's great. I was honestly shocked on how consistent it was. And when we talk about consistency, it's a lot of like temperature things, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. This is a thermoblock machine. It doesn't have a traditional boiler. Same with the Solus Barista Perfetta Plus, another thermoblock machine. But each of these machines are regulated with a PID. So you want to talk about consistency, we've got PID technology in these machines as well.
Well, what is PID?
It stands for Proportional Integral Derivative. In other words, instead of using a thermostat or a pressure stat, those kind of have a tendency of going like this. You know, here's your target temperature. It's going to race on up, and then once it gets there, oh, maybe it overshot, so it turns itself off and go, oh no, now we're a little too low. With the proportional integral derivative, or PID, you're going to get much more like this. It uses an algorithm to keep you as close as possible to the target temperature.
So consistent temperatures is kind of what we're looking for with creating consistent results, especially when first getting into espresso. I feel like if you have a machine that might be surfing around in different kinds of temperatures, you might not know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
You might just be like, oh, well, I'm going to let this thing collect dust now because I can't figure it out. But this will actually help your journey to begin with.
Well, do you want to pull a shot?
Yes, I thought you'd never ask. In fact, I know our producers today, Mike and Andrew, have been asking for some shots quite a lot today, and we have not been able to walk one over, so let's make a few shots. We're going to try out all these machines, all these grinders, and even dial in a little bit. We're going to show you as part of that process of how to dial in, how easy this can be, and how some of these accessories are currently on a bundler as well with a lot of these machines, making it even easier to save money on them.
That's right. As we go forward, we're going to show you a bunch of the accessories that we're going to use. Starting, I think, Zach, with the Varia AccuScale right here. Now, could you do me a favor? This is what I want to do. I kind of want to use our beaned up blend today.
Perfect.
I actually really like this blend. It's slightly darker than the Crema Wave, but not by much. A little bit of a deeper profile marshmallow graham cracker. I even get a little bit of dark chocolate in there. So this should be a fun espresso.
Yeah, definitely. And if I'm just going to pour some out on the counter here. As you can see that it's not that dark, oily espresso, and some would contribute, you know, that dark, oily espresso is like, that's your espresso blend. That's what you want. And it's also going to be easier because it's dark. But we're going to show today that with the right equipment, like these grinders and these machines, we can even approach these lighter roasts, more modern roasts as well.
I think it's totally possible to get a much deeper body without having to have a super oily bean.
All right, John, how many grams am I doing?
You know, with this portafilter basket, I want to do 15 grams.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you know, this might vary depending on your basket and your coffee when you're first getting into these types of things. So I think just finding a good starting point by using things like our quarter trick, which we talk a lot. It's more about the depth. Your basket really needs a little bit of room to kind of spread out its pressure and then extract a little bit even, right? A little more even.
So this way your coffee's not pressed right up against the screen, and there's also not a huge gap in between the screen and the bed, right?
Yeah, so you don't want too much and you also don't want too little.
Cool.
All right, so we have our coffee weighed out here, 15.5, you know, because I have the scale for it. I'm just gonna go directly to 15 on the dot. And it's important to be consistent here too. When first getting into espresso, try to only change like one variable at a time. We're gonna be consistent with maybe our dose right now, right? And then we're gonna just change other variables because we can on grinders like the ones that we're using, where we can actually then go to grind size. That's one of the first things I like to change.
Yeah, okay, fun. I'll tell you what, I have this on number 18 for the actual grind. Now, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, if you could give me a little RDT spray in there. Now let's see what we've got here.
All right, so we're on a single dose mode, so you can switch between the hopper or single dose, and it's so easy to go in between.
Oh, it's super easy. You know, maybe we'll even show you how to get out of single dose mode. There we go.
So this does have the ability to stop on its own, or you can
there
end
it is,
by the
actually.
button.
Yeah, no, I didn't even touch the button. It just ended up stopping on its own. I was really happy there.
And another cool part about these kinds of baskets as well is that there is a little ring that you can also take off, so you can actually switch between 58 or baskets like the Evolution or the Solus as well. So the smaller 54.
54 millimeter. Yeah.
So we're kind of looking at the grind size here. You can kind of feel it in your hand. We're going to be doing that with all of the grinders here. Again, I'm assuming you're watching this because you're kind of new to espresso. You're looking for your first grinder, an espresso machine, and touch, feel, taste. Those are the things that we're looking at, and these are the machines that will kind of guide you in the right direction. So I'm feeling this right now. I feel like that feels pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, and you know, what I like to try and see is if I go like this, a little pinch right on the espresso grounds, If that pinch stays there in a mold, then that's usually within the range that I want. If it just kind of falls right apart, I need to go a little bit finer.
And you're just making like a little peak with it.
That's it, just make a little peak.
Yeah, so if it can hold its dexterity, then you're good. So as you can see, I just made a little hat with this. So I just flipped it over. If you give it a little shake, that's gonna evenly kind of distribute all of those grounds. Again, if we're too fine, we'll be able to kind of tell right away on this extraction because it'll kind of choke a little bit, right?
Right.
We're gonna see quite a few seconds until you start seeing that first drip. And we wanna pay attention to when we get that first drip as well when dialing in.
Cool.
I need a tamp.
A tamper.
All right,
There's
so we're
a
gonna
beautiful
actually
one
use
behind
the,
you.
Solus tamper because this is that smaller tamper. It's a really nice fit as well. So I'm just gonna kind of gently place that on top. I'm gonna go 90 degrees and go for a nice little tamp. And we're gonna stay consistent as well.
I'm gonna judge this tamp when you pick it up. Let's see what we got here.
All right, so look at these sides here. Oh, I think that's beautiful.
I think you done good. I don't have to scold you today, Zach.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite parts. It's just kind of looking at that nice even bed. Again, an even bed will create less channeling as well, where water is going to find that path of least resistance and issues arise from that. You'll find a lot in the beginning.
That's how it goes. There is a learning curve, but that's what we are here for.
All right. So one thing about the evolution too is that the ears are set in kind of like a different position than most other machines. So it always takes me a second to go from like regular machines than to this one.
Same. You have to go way
Where
farther
am I,
than
John?
you think.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's almost sideways. It's all the way kind of over here.
Yeah.
There's no issue with that at all.
Yep.
I think it's actually alleviating maybe some of the pressure on the gasket, but.
In fact, you know what? I think let's do 2 different cups. You got these nice gotcha cups here.
Oh, perfect. Let's do it.
Let's do 2 cups. Reason being, I want a shot of espresso for both Mike and Andrew, both of our producers today.
But again, this also depends on, is it going to extract?
Well,
it's like kind of like, is it cake? Is it going to extract?
Is it? All right, I'll hit the timer at the same time that you hit the button. Ready?
All right, let's. Oh,
hang on.
We weren't on.
Hang on. Here we go.
I don't think we're on. Now we're on.
It does shut off automatically.
It does shut off automatically.
It's got that safety.
Power saving. So we're just going to wait a second for that to warm up.
It's a thermal block, so it heats up pretty quick. But you know what I meant to mention, by the way, and you might be able to hear this on camera, not sure, but you'll hear the pre-infusion start. You'll hear just the pump go on for just a little bit, and it's going to pre-wet that coffee, and that's going to help mitigate channeling. And then you'll hear the pump kick on for the actual extraction. Let me know when you are ready.
Oh,
sounds good to me.
It's doing its pre-infusion.
Here, wait, I'm going to start the timer again. Ready, set, go.
There it goes.
Hey, now we're talking. That's the pre-infusion. Now we're infusing.
And we're in. So as we can see, it didn't quite let us extract until it was at that temperature, which is kind of another cool feature that I would say. If it's going to stop you from having a bad shot, I like that it does.
Well, that's the beauty of the PID as well. All right.
All right.
We've got a shot for the gents. Now, keep in mind in here, I did program this before we got going.
So that's why it actually stopped at the correct time. Wow, look at that.
That's right. This is an auto volumetric machine. So all you need to do if you really want to program your shot is press and hold the brew button and then let it go once you're at the volume that you want. So Mike and Andrew, guess what? I've got some coffee for you.
Let's bring it on over. So we'll hear from them the feedback of how we maybe need to adjust things, but we are switching grinders, which means our flavor is going to change.
Oh, right.
So we're starting off with these very specific conical burrs on the Baratza, and now we're going to switch to a 38 millimeter conical burr and a different kind of material. A different material and a geometry is going to taste completely different, but what's cool about these starting conical grinders, it also creates a little bit more fines just due to that geometry, and it's also going to create a better time for you, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and you know, not just that. I mean, this is the Varia VS3 that we're going to get into next here. Check this out. You've got all kinds of other, in fact, I don't know if you're able to see this wall of burrs behind me. These are all different burr upgrades that you can make to the VS3. So, and it's very easy to change the burrs in here. So, you know, this is very much kind of a, I'm sorry, I'm standing right in front of it. This is very much kind of a choose your own adventure. You know, I'm the kind of person that likes to experiment with my coffee. I mean, especially me, I love doing that. So, and not a crazy price point on this either. I think it's what, $269 on wholelattelove.com right now. So, and then if you grab that, go ahead and grab some burr upgrades so that way you can just play around a little bit more. It's just a lot of fun. But I think I've got this dialed into about where we need to be to have a nice shot. So, want to see what we get?
Yeah, we're gonna test you.
Great.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, I'll let you in on a secret. I have a 14 to 16 gram basket in that Solus Barista Perfetta Plus, and that's the next machine that we're going to go through today.
Well, it sounds like an upgraded basket then, because, you know, it comes with a little bit smaller of a basket, a pressurized basket as well for these Barista Perfetta Pluses. And what's great is that these are kind of like commercial brands. Like, I used IMS within my coffee shop. You know, I upgraded all my baskets to this. So on an entry-level machine, being able to get these really cool new baskets, I think are amazing. So we're really looking at like a material and also the precision of the holes as well. So as we take this out, and as you can see, it's a very precise hole
pattern and distribution, right?
And distribution, and this will get you the best results possible. Back in the day, I mean, back when we first started, they were not very precise with these holes like they are now. And you'd have like pick your favorite baskets because it was just like, oh, that one does really well. This one's weird and creates channeling.
Yeah.
But now they're so precise with it, and now you can even get it on your first machine, which that's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
cool.
this kind of stuff used to really only be available for commercial products. Now we have these abilities at home. So, you know, the home market has just exploded lately with technology like this, which is great. And yeah, now I'm glad you brought this up because we do have an upgraded shower screen for the Solus Barista Perfetta Plus as well. It's this guy right here. Now, this is going to help create a much more consistent shower that actually hits your...
Here we go.
Oh, thanks, Zach.
We'll be able to get it eventually.
Yeah.
It's like I'm one of those influencers.
Right.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, Instagram husband over here. Now, this is going to help get a much more even shower across your actual coffee bed, helping mitigate channeling, things like that. I mean, you've probably heard Zach and I say things like mitigate channeling like 4 or 5 times already here. Now, so here's what... there we go. That might be a much better shot.
Yeah.
But
top-down shot is a lot easier with these flat things.
Yeah, that way I don't need your influencer hands right behind it. There we go. Now we're talking.
And one other thing too, pay attention to the ears on this. It's much different than the 2 ears that you'll find on everything else. But a cool thing about these portafilters too is that there's upgrades to these portafilters as well. Wienemann products, they make portafilters for this. So you can actually buy a bottomless portafilter for your first machine, which I think the next closest machine that I can think of off the top of my head would be an E24.
E24, the Gajah Classic
where you can
E24.
start really customizing. You can even get wood portafilters for this as well. So I wouldn't ask for anything more on a first machine whatsoever. So I think we should go ahead and try out a shot though with this new upgraded basket. And they actually come with really cool tamps. Like this is a heavy duty tamp.
You rarely see a good tamper at this kind of price point for a machine. So I was actually really happy that they just throw this in with the machine.
And it's solid too. So you can actually allow that weight to really kind of create your flat level bed.
Just do it for you.
And then go from there. And as you saw in the Gajah, it might have been skill on my part too. I don't know, but it was nice, flat, even, extracted well.
Yeah, easy to use. Now, you know what? I got a couple other accessories I want to show you to help me pull this shot. This right here is the Brewista X Series scale. Comes with this really cool cover.
And that cover can also be used to actually weigh out beans. It's also an assist for when you're weighing out your portafilter as well. Just makes it a little bit easier to just kind of set that on. If you spill over, you can kind of pour it back onto your portafilter. So I think that's kind of ingenious that Brewista is starting to do all of these lids that also double as, okay, I'm weighing coffee, I'm weighing my portafilter. Even with their smaller scales as well, they actually have a top that helps you actually weigh your portafilter on the really small Barista 3 scale. Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of having a mind-blowing moment here where I did not
did I just
even
teach you this?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that that's a great hack. You can use this to weigh your portafilter.
Yeah.
Okay.
The benefit of going to Expo and talking to them.
Yeah.
and then having your mind blown there.
There you go. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show off this really nice glass stand that it comes with.
Yep.
Fits right on there. It's beautiful.
You can wash it. So
yeah, yeah. All right.
This Barista X is actually coming as a free gift with purchase with a lot of machines currently for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have so many cool deals out there right now, and this is one of those. So a few different kinds of Barista equipment is a free gift with purchase currently.
Yeah, that's a heck of a deal, and I mean, I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm learning more uses for it right now.
All right, and you know what? I really enjoy too that it's still separate solid buttons. That I'm not pressing the actual scale when I'm tearing out or anything like that. I like that it's actually on its own over here.
I like tactile buttons myself. Mel from our sales crew just let me know. You know, you would think that her generation would love something that's more like a smartphone, but we still love tactile buttons.
Love tactile buttons.
All right, I'm gonna dose 17 grams. I know that's a little high, but I feel confident with this coffee. It's pretty dense.
And it's a larger basket, so we can actually do so. And one of the cool things about upgrading your basket, sometimes you need that larger dose to do these more difficult, lighter roasts as well. You just need a little bit more, what's this way? That way.
Depth?
Depth.
There you go. This way.
Words.
Words. We get there.
All right, so let's go ahead and do a little RDT. It's winter right now. We are boiling water in here, so we don't produce as much static in here. But we're still gonna need a little RDT. Again, I'm kind of assuming that everyone tuning in right now is kind of beginning to espresso. Static is kind of like your grinder killer. It's not gonna kill your grinder, but it's gonna waste a lot of beans. It's gonna fly everywhere. So we want a little bit of water, a little bit of moisture inside there and kind of shake. You don't need much so that when we grind, you know, all that friction is creating a lot of static. And that transfers then to your coffee. We don't want that. So we just need a little RDT.
So the water from this Ross droplet technique, the RDT, that just kind of breaks up some of that static. So you don't have grinds just kind of flying everywhere, sticking to every surface, right?
So the stock actual cup that comes with this too also fits your 54s. There are upgraded options too for the VS3. As you can see here, you know, this is really nice, fits really nice to your 58 millimeter. These also come as 54, but I kind of like using these stock ones because they just fit perfect as well.
Oh, especially for this portafilter.
And one cool thing about the VS3 is that there's magnets everywhere.
Yes.
So magnets all over the place. So really nice tactile feel, you know?
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna real quick, I'm actually gonna get a little bit of water going through our portafilter right here. We're just gonna heat it up just a little bit. There we go.
And one of those things about all of these machines as well, yes, they warm up in 40 seconds, but you still wanna get your portafilter hot. And luckily you can do that so quickly. Like it's just as fast as that. We're ready to go.
Boom.
It's gonna really keep that similar heat, like we were talking about earlier, throughout that extraction. That's the goal right now. So this is actually one of my favorite entry-level machines too, just because I feel like that pre-infusion, the programming to it is very consistent, and there's just so many fun little toys that you can put with it.
In fact, we're gonna show you another one in just a moment here. Let's grind some coffee. Check out that magnet action that you were talking about, Zach. This has a magnet right on the bottom right here. And check this out.
We'll wait for the shot.
Oh, wait, yeah.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
All right. Are we ready? We're going to magnetize in 3, 2. Boom.
It's very satisfying.
Oh, it is.
It's worth the wait.
So let's check it out. Let's grind.
John, you're in the shot. How could you?
How could I? All right, there we go. I'm right-handed. I had to stand there, you know?
Yeah. So another thing about this, you can still see a little bit of static here if we kind of get in close, but not as much as there would be. And what's cool is that, Varia still thinks of this. And as soon as it's done, you can kind of just like wipe off, and you'll find on like the VS6 that you can actually kind of like
you can knock
down,
and it's like a knocker.
It, and you just need a little bit of a flick.
Now, even better, check this out. You've got bellows on top,
and then there's also bellows to help with that as well.
Boom. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we've got here. And Zach, you want to wipe this off for me?
Every single time, just make sure there's no moisture on your portafilter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that'll
you'll
also
always
create
see me going like this with it. Yeah.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, you've got a dosing ring.
So I have a dosing ring.
If you wanted to, use a WDT tool or something like that, or maybe not use a dosing cup, that makes it a whole lot easier to avoid mess and get everything right in there.
And then I just need to kind of pat down. And this is a great occurrence right now, because as you can kind of see, possibly in there, there's little clumps inside there. So that'll sometimes happen when you're grinding. It kind of just naturally happens. So we use these kinds of dosing rings to then maybe use a WDT tool, which is kind of like a whisk looking thing. Or you can kind of just give it a couple little pats right there, and you should be kind of good to go. So this feels very full, John.
This one feels full. Maybe 16 would be the move here, but let's find out.
Yeah, and another cool thing is that this dosing ring does work with the tamp, so I don't even need to take that off.
Oh, easy.
I just go straight down for it.
Well, that makes it even easier.
So it keeps everything clean right there, and that is a huge dose. So as we can see, the line right there on the top side, it looks like it might be hitting our
screen.
Our screen. And that's what we're trying not to do. So
leave it to me.
What the heck, John?
I know.
Okay, so we'll figure this out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I coarsened it up a little bit before we started, so you want to see what we get?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's just see what we get.
We'll see what happens. I haven't done one of these shots in a while. So.
One of these high dose shots.
Very high dose. I mean, it locks in all the way. This is one key sign that you might be dosing too much, is that you might not be able to lock your portafilter in all the way. But with this, I mean, we're looking good. Maybe I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, let's find out. There's really only one way to find out, and you hear me say that a lot on this channel as well.
All right, so we're going to use the Accu scale right here.
The Varia Accu scale. Now, keep in mind, with this machine, we don't have a Panarello steam wand. We have a actual commercial steam wand.
So as you can see, it went through its pre-infusion, and now it's going through its extraction. So again, another amazing thing about each one of these machines, it somehow has pre-infusion. This is a newer thing within modern espresso. How many grams in?
17.
Oh, so
hey,
this was
33 out. We're pretty much right where you want to be. That was about 27 seconds.
All right, John, I think these are for us, though. I think we need some espresso.
Sorry, guys. Thanks, sir. This is my first shot of the day, by the way.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think I may have been proved wrong. We'll inspect our puck, but that tastes really good. I'm quite happy with that. And as you can see, we'll go ahead and get a close in here.
It was heavy. That was a heavy dose.
Yeah, it was quite heavy. Let's see if we get it. I can always lay it on the table. There we go. Influencer style. So you can see a little bit of that shower screen there. So I would decrease the dose in case you did see a lot of channeling. If you're using a bottomless portafilter just means like all of this is kind of missing, and you can actually see the bottom of your basket. You'll be able to see that channeling. Now, since that's enclosed and we're using a double shot basket, I don't know how much it channeled, but it tastes good. And when it tastes good, just repeat that.
That's how I do it too. And I mean, I would add this, a little bit of extra acidity on this, which to me might mean you can extract a little bit more to mute some of that acidity. So maybe if I brought it down to 16 gram dose instead of 17 gram dose, but kept the same output that was about 33 grams out, then that might mute some of this acidity.
Yeah.
So,
and that's one thing to keep in mind too, is that we might have different kinds of extractions between these two different machines because they're also decreasing in temperature at a different rate during extraction. They're very small boilers, so you do see a little bit of a temp decrease as you're extracting. So that's something to keep in mind when we start going to the big boy here, where there's not really a decrease in temperature. It's a larger boiler. It's a heat exchanger.
What a segue.
It is such a huge segue here to where, okay, yes, these taste a very specific way and probably a little different. We didn't taste the ones before, but this will give us what it tastes at a very similar temperature throughout. So can we achieve that same thing? Are the baskets really going to make up for that? Which it does, having that extra depth.
Absolutely.
I remembered it this time.
Yeah.
And
now, keep
we'll
in
see
mind,
what this can do.
Now these are thermoblock machines that we just went through, the Gotcha Espresso Evolution, the Solus Barista Perfetta Plus. Now we're working with an actual traditional boiler. So this is a heat exchanger machine, the Stone Light. And what that means is you can brew and steam at the same time. This is the most affordable heat exchanger in our entire catalog. And not just that, it's the most compact heat exchanger in the entire catalog as well. So real space saver of a machine. Plus, if you're looking for a look that doesn't look like every other machine, at least every other E61 group machine out there, this is a great opportunity to have a little bit of a different look on your counter.
Yeah, this is what I usually pair with what my future home would look like. I don't know, I'm very into that mid-century modern sort of style, very minimalist, very clean, which either would be like a fully black Mechanica Max with olive wood accents, as you saw in a previous stream before this, or it would be this. Again, two heat exchangers. I'm not even picking dual boilers. I think that heat exchangers are getting that good these days that even as a latte fiend that I am, I would still pick these machines. And John, it actually looks like we have a couple questions down below as well.
Cool. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I want to get into this Eureka Mignon Silenzio 55 in just a second. Let me hit this real quick. Danalog says, any considerations for light roast when grinding on the VS3? They're notoriously dense. That's not wrong, and would probably challenge that grinder. Would you recommend feeding more slowly? I would love feeding slower. And I do that a lot with just kind of by hand sometimes, or if you have a dosing cup, just feed it slow. Also, you can upgrade your burrs. I might even recommend the Supernova titanium, gold titanium plated burrs to kind of help cut through. That titanium coating on the outside can kind of help cut through.
And it also changes that feed rate as well. So the geometry not only is changing kind of like the sharpness, where that sharpness is, how it's cutting, but also changes that overall feed. So,
yeah, we could take them right out of the box.
Oh, this is still in the wrapper too. Wow. So we got a full unboxing right now, which Varia happens to be my favorite unboxing moments just because, I mean, look at, it's kind of like opening up an Apple product as well.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. I mean, even the VS6 comes in a huge, like Pelican-like case.
Oh, it's so cool. It's like an air,
it's like an air
travel case.
We take it to expos with us because we only trust that for some really high-end coffees as well. So,
all right, here we go. Yeah, it does kind of feel like you're taking a new iPhone out of the case or something. Here we go. That's our VS3.
Do you even know how?
No.
Okay. So the front comes open.
Thanks.
Right there.
I have opened these before, I promise.
Great. And there's nothing there. No. All right. And we have our burrs. And these are just gorgeous, too.
They're beautiful. Yeah.
I would somehow want to wear them as jewelry.
Yeah,
In fact, maybe I just add this to my necklace one day.
Oh, that's gonna be a heck of a weight on your neck, but you do you, man.
There's a heavy weight on my shoulders.
All right, so that might be my recommendation there.
Yeah, so you can really feel the sharpness, and if those of you are concerned about, it's like, oh, well, then I have to change out my burrs. Well, it takes seconds. It's literally, it's so quick. If you actually just come over here, and all we have to do In fact, if we want, we can actually put this.
I was going
to
to say,
the
I'll
front. I need
kill
to
your,
unplug
I'll kill
this
your power,
anyways.
yeah.
And just like that, we're right here. And if I want to change out my burrs, I can so quickly.
It's super
All
quick.
I have to do is unscrew the top.
I was able to do this one-handed one of these days.
Yeah.
I took a video for a customer. You know, they were going, "Oh, I don't know if I have the tools to do that right now." And I said, "Don't worry about it." I held my phone in one hand, took a video, and opened the top with my other
with
hand.
some nice tools that come with it. Oh, I think this is the right bag. We'll see.
Might be the VS6 one. It is?
We're good.
All right, nice.
It's the VS6.
It's the VS6. Well, that's how easy it is to open it, at least.
Well, how you would actually do this is we'll actually go to the screw next. It's cross-threaded. You'll take off that screw. Bottom burr comes in, out, drop in that top. All we'd have to do is then drop in the top over there with the bearing. Throw that back on, and we'd screw it back in. Just like so.
That's really it. Super easy to get right back to your previous grind setting, although, you know, if you're using different burrs, then you may end up needing a different grind setting to begin with. So you might need to dial in again, but that's all part of the fun, at least for me. So
we do love our gear.
Yeah.
All right, so one big difference between these machines too and our Stone is that now we are at a commercial, hold on, let's get a commercial 58 millimeter basket there and portafilter. As you can see, this can upgrade with so many different kinds of things that we have. So there's so many different baskets that you can experiment. And it's just nice to have that 58. It's something that when you go to a coffee shop and you're asking them, it's like, oh, how do you dial this in? The parameters are something similar to what you would do at home.
That's right.
That makes that commercial style.
So we've went from 54 millimeter baskets, although you can get 54 millimeter commercial baskets, to a 58 millimeter. This is the standard commercial size basket.
And this is a little bit different than E61 style as well. So at the top of these stones, you actually just turn the top, this group head right here.
I've always kind of liked that feel of this machine.
Yeah, so it's a completely different feel on actually using it in comparison to E61s. And we'll kind of show it off right now. If you want to get some milk right behind you, we're going to go ahead and use the Eureka here. So this is the Silencio 55. 55 meaning that we are all the way up to 55 millimeter burrs. Why is it so big? Well, they are flat. So as we saw in front of us, those are conical shapes. They're kind of like a cone, and it gets fed in a different way. These are actually going to be completely flat, and we're feeding in different, and you know, we get a little bit more of a uniform grind size with that, so it's very specific to some coffees. Uniform grind size can be really good and also really difficult. This can create a lot more fines, which creates more resistance, which is easier for espresso, but we can get more unique flavors on flat.
Right. Yeah, and I just said yesterday I'm a fan of both, but for different reasons. Whenever I'm looking for a little more nuance, I typically try to get try to use a grinder with flat burrs. So let's see. I like that you're using the portafilter kind of weighing table here.
Yes, the weighing table.
I made up that term just now. Now this grinder we did not dial in, so we might just kind of pull one and just sort of see what we get. But Zach, how does that grinder actually work?
So there are a couple different adjustments that we can actually do. This is actually a time on this other side, and then you would just simply turn on your machine and you can activate it by the button on that front side.
Cool. So you would dial in your time with that kind of circular dial right there,
Correct,
right?
Yeah. So once you actually find that amount of time, time will equate to a certain kind of weight. And again, you kind of have to adjust that over time and different densities of coffees. But with this one, we're going to kind of just guess and use our scale, and then we can actually dial in that time to just stop right on that gram every time.
Cool.
So this grind setting is how it comes stock on the Eureka. Oh, I think it was actually pretty close on my little guess there.
Yeah, seriously.
And one cool thing is that Eureka does kind of set it somewhere close to where you want to be pulling it for espresso, since it is uniquely just an espresso grinder. So other grinders that you've seen previously to here, you can use this for multiple different brew methods. This is just an espresso grinder, which there are benefits to that, is that you have so much more flexibility within that espresso grind, because it's only moving your burr so much when you're adjusting, because it doesn't need to make that huge step to other brew methods.
Right, right. You can get right in between little settings to get that exact right spot that you're looking for.
So I'm a little over 16 grams. Should we go for 17? Something similar to what we've done previously?
16.3. Yeah, you want to put one more tiny little tap in there?
Every gram matters.
Every bean matters. Oh, 16.9, I'm comfortable with that.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, John. All right, so we can't use our soulless tamper anymore. We're actually going to change up to this Revolution tamp. So
that's a 58 millimeter tamper, right?
Correct. And you know what? The Stone actually comes with a really nice tamper as well. You'll find that on a lot of these heat exchangers or upgraded machines, they'll actually come up with a tamper that will last you a good long time.
Actually,
but
quality
this is a nice
tampers.
Revolution one. If you're getting started into the 58 world, like the maybe the Gaja E24, another great shout out for your first machine. I would actually recommend this Revolution tamp.
Zach, I'm glad you brought that up. This is only part one of entry-level espresso machines and grinders. A little bit later today, we're going to have part two. We're going to talk about even more.
So this is a heat exchanger machine, and one thing with heat exchangers is I do kind of give it a little flush, just in case. If you see any steam, then you just kind of get rid of a little bit of the steam. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and use our same scale. And did you get me some milk? I don't know if
I have some milk right here, pal.
Oh, wow, you
Boom.
poured it in a cup. That's why I didn't recognize. Okay, so this is going to show off the key feature before we close out today into our next stream, is that this one, if you like your lattes and you want to practice some latte art, this one you can brew and steam at the same time. Yeah. Explosions. We should probably add that into our queue of things.
Do you have the graphics for that?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and start our timer at the same time as this extraction.
Boom.
I don't know if it's going to pull, though, because
we're just dialing in for the first time. Looks like coffee to me. I think you're doing okay. Maybe a little fast, but
maybe a little fast. Do you want to stop my shot when I get there? All right.
So we did what? About 17 in. So I'll stop it at about 34 grams. That'll be our 1-to-2 ratio. Yeah, right about there. I got about 36, a little over. Not too bad. That was a good 24-second shot, which I'm plenty comfortable with. If you watch this channel, you know that I do kind of like espressos pulled pretty quickly because I like a little extra acidity. Usually a fast espresso will accentuate some acidity. Nice. All right, Zach. This I'm excited for.
Did you see how fast that was?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And my milk texture. All right, so I'm going to try to get a good overhead for a nice little pour here.
Come on over here. Let's see what you got.
Let's see. Oh, I got right here. Wow, look at that. I feel comfortable. What should I do? We'll see.
Are you able to do a seahorse with just a small cappuccino cup like that?
Maybe.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh wow, he is going for it. Yeah.
Oh, I have too much milk.
That was my fault. I dose the milk. That's too much milk is a cardinal sin around here.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
A little bit of a seahorse.
Yeah.
She's kind of cute.
I like it.
Yeah. She kind of looks like a Pokemon.
Are you sure? You know what? Just tell people
All right.
it was a Pokemon.
Now it needs its close up when it's the right side up. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's very Pokemon-like.
I'll call it a seahorse today. How's that?
Very abstract seahorse, but we can see that we can steam at the same time. It's amazing milk quality. I can do some competition pours off of this thing. I can practice, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you can get a lot for not very expensive price, under $1,300 right now on wholelattelove.com. So for a heat exchanger, that's a little bit unheard of. So
yeah, and with that Eureka grinder, I mean, we just took it out of the box and just used it right away.
yeah,
It was perfect.
yeah, that was the first shot that we've even pulled on that grinder. So
All right, John. So that is the beginning of our entry-level machines and grinders. Thanks for being on with me. I don't know if we're on again today on another stream.
we just haven't done this together in a while, so I was excited.
So if not,
Yeah.
I think we're on together on Monday as well. Again, this is actually going to be going throughout Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Feel free to call our sales team, our tech team. They're here available to talk to if you have any questions about any of these machines. Again, we also have CoffeeCast. So many fun features and so many deals right now. But thank you again, John, for joining me.
Zach, thank you, sir. Cheers again. Oh, wow. Hey, and thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned. We've got live streams going until 5 p.m. Eastern today.
See you in the next one.
Thanks, y'all.